Sesklo is a village near the city of Volos.Volos is located within the municipality of Aisonia. Aisonia is located within the regional unit of Magnesia. Magnesia is located within the administrative region of Thessaly. Thessaly is located within Greece. Sesklo culture. This settlement gives its name to the first Neolithic culture of Europe, which inhabited Thessaly and parts of Macedonia. The Neolithic settlement was discovered in the 1800s and the first excavations were made by Greek archaeologist Christos Sauntas. The oldest fragments researched at Sesklo place the civilization's development as far back as c. 7510 BCE, c. 6190 BCE, known as Proto-Sesklo and Pre-Sesklo, and they show an advanced agriculture and a very early use of pottery that rivals in age those of the Near East. Available data also indicates that domestication of cattle occurred at Argisa as early as c. 6300 BCE during the pre-pottery Neolithic. The aceramic levels at Sesklo contained bone fragments of domesticated cattle too. The earliest occurrence reported in the Near East is at Catalhoyuk in stratum Vi, dating c. 5750 BCE, though it might have been present in stratum 12-2 c. 6100 BCE. The Neolithic settlement was covering an area of about 20 hectares in its peak period c. 5000 BCE and comprised about 500 to 800 houses with a population of perhaps up to 5,000 people. The peoples of Sesklo built the villages on hillsides near fertile valleys, where they grew wheat and barley, also keeping herds of mainly sheep and goats, though they also had cattle, swine and dogs. The houses were small, with 1 or 2 rooms built of wood or mud brick in the early period. Construction technique later became more homogeneous and all were homes are built of adobe with stone foundations. The first houses with 2 levels were found, and there is also a clear intentional urbanism. The lower levels of Proto-Sesklo lack pottery, but the Sesklo people soon developed very fine glazed earthenware that they decorated with geometric paintings in red or brown colors. New types of pottery are incorporated in the Sesklo period. The invasion theory states that the Sesklo culture lasted more than 1 full millennium up until c. 5000 BCE, when it was violently conquered by people of the Dimini culture. The Dimini culture in this theory is considered different from that found at Sesklo. However, Professor Ioannis Lyritsis provides a different story pertaining to the final fate of the Seskloans. He, along with R. Galloway, compared ceramic materials from both Sesklo and Dimini utilizing thermoluminescence dating methods. He discovered that the inhabitants of the settlement in Dimini appeared c. 4800 BCE, 4 centuries before the fall of the Sesklo culture c. 4400 BCE. The decoration evolves to flame motifs at the end of the Sesklo culture. Pottery of this classic Sesklo style was also used in Western Macedonia as at Serbia. When investigating whether these settlers could be migrants from Asia Minor, there are many similarities between the rare Asia Minor pottery and early Greek Neolithic pottery, but these similarities seem to exist between all early pottery from Near Eastern regions. The repertoire of shapes is not very different, but the Asia Minor vessels seem to be deeper than the Thessalonian counterparts. Shallow, slightly opened bowls are characteristic of the Sesklo culture and absent in Anatolian settlements. The ring base was almost unknown in Anatolia. Flat and plano-convex bases were worked instead. Altogether, the appearance of the vessels is different. The earliest figurines' appearance is also completely different. The very rare pottery from levels 12 in Shiat Catalhoyuk closely resembles in shape the very coarse earthenware of early Neolithic I from Sesklo, but the paste is quite different, having a partly vegetable temper, and this pottery is contemporaneous, not a predecessor of the better-made products in the Thessalonian material. On the whole, the artifactual data argues in favor of a largely independent indigenous development of the Greek Neolithic settlements. This indicates that the domestication of cattle was indigenous on the Greek mainland. One significant characteristic of this culture is the abundance of statuettes of women, often pregnant, probably connected to the widely hypothesized prehistoric fertility cult. Whatever the case, these abundant sculptures are present in all the Balkan and most of the Danube civilization for many millennia, though they cannot be considered exclusive to this area. Archaeologist Maria Gimbutas even mentions a Gorgon mask from the Sesklo culture. The Sesklo culture is crucial in the expansion of the Neolithic into Europe. Dating and research points to this Sesklo's influence on both the Karanovo and Chorus cultures, which seem to originate here, and who in turn gave rise to the important Danube civilization current. Lyricis concluded that the Sesklones and the Dominions coexisted for a period of time.